I think so. We essentially the way we looked at it is we need to build a very strong workflow solution that a human could go through,
Right.
and then layer on the AI on top to do pieces of that.
How does AI play a role as it currently stands?
So I mean, AI is in the background of that, like extraction and identification of the
Got it.
assets,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're using AI and like OCR to pull out things from things like the appraisal, from the settlement statement, from even analyzing like the survey, and then for especially single family homes, we're analyzing a lot of photos, so identifying assets within those photos and extracting that data. So that's like the vision models,
Right.
OpenAI. So I think so. We essentially the way we looked at it is we need to build a very strong workflow solution that a human could go through,
Right.
and then layer on the AI on top to do pieces of that,
Right.
and like break those pieces up into very, very small. Like there's a AI component that looks at just identifying the closing costs that need to get capitalized in a settlement statement. There's one that'll just look at the photos and like identify the assets within them, and then just breaking up each of those steps into really, really small chunks, rather than trying to say like, do this cost seg study, which
Right.
is like
Right.
a ticket to failure essentially.
Right.
And so I think it's kind of like identifying where the AI can help, have the AI explain kind of its reasoning as to how it got there, and then having a human like come in and review and kind of
Right.
work with it, but like not 100% rely on the AI.
Right.
It's essentially a staff member, like,
Right.
and at times it's a very junior level, at other times it's very senior level. So it
Right.
just depends on the task.
I guess it's sort of like no offense to any paralegals out there, but
Right.
it's sort of like you're paralegal and then you're the attorney.
Right.
But so you have this paralegal that's delivering all this information and data and compiling it, and then an expert human looks at it and makes sure that it's all accurate and that it's presented how it should be.
Correct.
And then it's delivered to a CPA.
So it's the client or the CPA, depending on who engaged
Mm-hmm.
us. Yeah. So sometimes we'll work directly with the CPA on behalf of their clients. Other times we'll be working with clients and they'll send it to their CPA, but a lot of times they'll like rope us in on the back end with the CPA. Yeah, I think another thing that it also can do is like, you look at one of these studies, or another thing that we're working on now is like, so you look at one of these studies, like it's just like so much data, and like as an expert, you're reviewing before you sign off to like essentially say like everything looks good to go, but you're looking through like hundreds of data points, and like it's challenging. So another thing we're doing is like using the AI to say, all right, typically, as we mentioned earlier, like the benchmark for multifamily is X amount of flooring, like this is way over, like you need to look into this, and essentially help identify even human errors.
So if there's outliers in the data that just don't, like the AI can get used to understanding what the normal ranges are, and then if there's outliers, it can kind of throw a flag.
Correct.
That it needs some,
and it's like this
some
needs
additional
human review. And I even could say at first pass, like,
Right.
this is all like the total square footage for the carpet and LVP and whatever is more than the actual square footage of the building, like something's
Right,
so
right.
and like that stuff happens, like human error happens. And yes, I think that's a huge opportunity. Like I remember when I was doing these things manually, I would look at it about 100 times before I sent it to a client, because I just was so cautious and didn't want to have a big error in there.